Five, four, three, two, one, and go! Welcome you all, here is Danny. Today I'm commenting for you the race, MTB race I've done 4 days ago on Sunday. It was something between MTB marathon and cross-country race. How does it look like in your area? The cross-country are much more technical, MTB marathons are pretty easy, but this one was pretty nasty MTB marathon. We could call it just like that. I could finally see a huge progress in my fitness because I was able to get 6th out of 6th in my age category. I'm 37 years old, and 16th in the open category. So all guys that were starting, we were almost more than 400. So it was pretty good. And I'm gonna focus on some advices for you guys on how to race on the course which is dangerous and which is unknown, something that you don't know. So I haven't been riding this course before. This was my first time during the race, and that can cause some problems. So what to do to, first off, get safe to the finish line, and also how to do it as quick as possible. Here is what I'm gonna talk about. So my tactics here, I was able to see only the first kilometer of this course, and I knew the whole pack here will be just speeding down the tarmac, and then we are heading into the turn 90 degrees to the right, and then some stones will start, some cobblestones, and finally we hit the forest, but in the forest there will be still cobblestones but moisty, so there will be moisture, it will be all wet and pretty nasty stones, very dangerous. So I was pretty sure there will be some crashes. The sector ahead of us, which started 2 minutes before us, because when we are that many, we are divided into different sectors. Is it like that in your area? So the first sector, the leading group, had nasty crash. 3 guys which were just favorite were out of the race. There was some bones broken, there was some wheels broken, just, you know, bikes torn apart. And here I know there is maybe 200 meters left of this nasty road, and I'm saying that finally we just got it through and there was no crashes. And just as I told it to some other riders here, you will see what happened. It was pretty nasty. The rider on the left side, I was just overtaking now, taking just my line, the right line. The rider on the left side, I think he wanted to change the line from the left to the right in order to overtake those guys, and that's what happened. This was very dangerous. I have just hit his helmet with my pedal. If he didn't have any helmet, which is just not possible during the race, but if there was no helmet, there was no skin on the head for sure. So first tactical advice for your safety from me, from the Sig Biker channel, is that you should not focus on getting the best position during the first couple of minutes on the race. I know it is just the opposite from what Nino Schurter on Absalon or any other riders have to do for the cross-country races. They have to get the best position possible. If you can ride the first, do it. But if you have 10, 15, 20, 50 riders ahead of you, just be careful, because there will be a moment, you can see that right now, when the pace will establish. So once the pace is established, then you will be overtaking, and you're gonna be doing that safely. But at the beginning there is this whole rush and you know, excitement and adrenaline, and the guys are doing some stupid things very often. You know, the guy that crashed just under my bike, it could happen to me, it could happen to everyone, but quite often guys would do just you know, stupid stuff, and we should be careful. So that's the first thing. The second one is how to follow the wheels. As you can see, the race here is pretty fast, so we are very often going over 30 kilometers per hour on the mountain bikes, on the trails, through the trails. So if you decide to follow the wheel, which was my tactic here, I would try to just follow the wheel of the first rider. So I was the second. If I saw some other rider overtaking us, I would just chase him down and once again be second and follow his wheel. Do not ride exactly in line with his bike, but you should see just through his arms what's ahead of you. So you should be just turning a little bit to the left or a little bit to the right. So you will still be drafting, but you will be safe. You and the guy ahead of you will be safe. So this is really important. When you follow the wheel, don't simply look at the wheel and don't just assume that the guy ahead of you will always let you know that there is turn, there is hole, there is route or anything. We all can be surprised, and the rider ahead of you can be surprised by just something, and when he jumps over it or just turns and you don't have time for that, you can be in troubles, and the guys just behind you can be in troubles. So know how to follow the wheels. I see so many riders who will just sit on your wheel. Even, very often they will just touch your rear wheel with their front wheel, look at your rear derailleur and just go like that. It is not very, very smart, so don't do that. Try to be safe. There are still some riders here trying to escape. I'm chasing them down. I think from our sector there was 1 or 2 riders who were able to escape. All other riders I just chased down, and then I was able to overtake them at the end of this race, so I was happy with that. So try to be as safe as possible. You're gonna see another crash just in a couple of minutes. It was also a dangerous one. But now, as for the tactics in terms of getting the best position possible, if you don't know the course, be really cautious when you start overtaking many riders in a row, because we are now chasing down also the first sector, which was just 2 minutes ahead of us. They started 2 minutes before us, and once we chased down the riders from the back of the first sector, we were the second one, it's getting crowded. And when you overtake many riders in a row, you will most likely have to take a really bad line, so you consume a lot of energy, your heart rate will go up, you will be just burning matches. And if you don't know when to do it, for example, I overtake 10 or 15 guys and then there is some really steep climb, you can just burn your leg, you can just get cooked. So be very cautious when you overtake many riders. When there is this traffic jam on the track, we always try to be as fast as possible, just overtaking everyone and getting the best position. We want to be first on the downhills. You can see the junior rider. I love junior riders, you know why? Because when they just get up to speed, they give all out. They just give all they have in their legs. You're gonna see me now chasing him down on the descent. I could see he was cooked. He was so fast on that climb, but now he's cooked. I can see that he's trying to recover on this descent, losing some time, because if there was some more space here, I would also overtake him and be a bit more faster. So this was really exciting course. There was so many things happening. Still chasing down the first guy in my sector, at least the first I can see. Maybe 1 or 2 are ahead of us, and there is more and more guys from the first sector. So when it's getting crowded, it's always getting a bit nervous. There are some guys that just think that the trail belongs to them. You cannot turn, you cannot do anything. So be just cautious. If you want to change the line, you have to look back whether there is someone overtaking or not. So we know how to try to preserve energy. I just switched from Garmin to Mio because I wanna navigate through the courses. If there is a course I don't know, the navigation helped me so much. I can see all the turns all those tight corners, and it's very good. But just one disclaimer: if you are not a rider who started in many such events, if you're not experienced, be very careful if you have navigation, because some riders would just look at the computer and crash, not looking at what's ahead of them. So I would just look at the Mio. I would know, okay, maybe within 200 meters we're gonna get some corner, some turn, and it was just safer for me. I would even just yell to the guy ahead of me, in 50 meters, right turn, left turn, so he would be informed just thanks to my navigation. So that was really good, and that was safer. It's much safer. Remember that when you are racing, you have to divide your focus into many things. Your brain has to analyze what's going on with your lungs, what's going on with your legs. Can you go faster, or should you just sit on the wheel and wait until the right moment comes? You have to look what's ahead of you. You are also looking at other riders. If the rider is slowing down, or maybe his cadence is going considerably down, it can mean for you that he's cooked and now you can attack. You have to also know what's going on just behind you, because there will be some guys who would like to attack me at the end of this race, but I would do so much of an acceleration there that finally no one would be able to sit on my wheel and stay there. So that was really good. Yeah, the guy here, TP Link, we were just overtaking one another many times, but I saw that when I do some acceleration, he would not respond. It would take some time for him to actually get back onto my wheel, and I knew if I overtake him, and then there is some line of the guys from the first sector, and I would get ahead of them, he won't see me anymore. And remember, if you don't see the rider you want to chase down, it will be much more difficult task to do for you. So once you lose the eye contact with your competitors, you are pretty much done, and that's what I'm trying to achieve here. I think, yeah, he got me once more. That's the rider just ahead of me. So we are once again riding together, but the next acceleration I'm gonna do will be the last one for us both. I mean, we're no longer going to ride together, and I will just get my 6th place in my age category, which I was so happy about. We will see what happens very soon. I'm going abroad, guys, so I'm doing the trip. If you wanna support me, go to my Patreon page and you can do that. Here there will be another situation. There are some technical sections here at the end. We are almost at the end. This was just 21 kilometers or so. There are some single tracks up and down. There were so nice spectators here. They were just shouting at us, just as it was Nove Mesto and UCI XCO World Cup. So it was so nice. But we are heading into the technical downhill, and I wanted to be first. I always want to be first on the technical section because I do like the downhills, and it's always just safer for us to be first. But some other guy will attempt to be the first one, and he will be, but you will see what will happen then. Here I think we are still chasing down some riders from the first sector. So yeah, all these riders are already 2 minutes behind me, because they started 2 minutes ahead of me. So just chasing down those two. And once again, overtaking here was really energy consuming, because the line I'm taking right now wasn't really good. The bike didn't want to ride, and we always risk some punctures. That's the moment. I wanted to be first here. I'm overtaking, but he overtook me. And when you are the second one, keep the distance. Keep the distance to the rider ahead of you, because when he crashes, you need time for braking and turning. All right, so if I was sitting on his wheel, we would I'm pretty much sure we would both be just down, and I could just hurt him. So that was pretty important thing. As you can see, no one on my wheel. I still feel that power in my legs. I'm doing some sprint because I'm still competing against those virtual partners from the first, third, fourth, fifth and sixth sector. So some finish to the finish line. It was just great. It was awesome. You should try racing because it's not all about seconds and power and everything. It's a great adventure. So you should do that as well. Thanks so much for watching. Here there will be my Polish Shy Bike channel logo. See you on Saturday. Bye bye.